Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I'm Barbara, and today I'm starting out in the back of the house, and then we're going to go down to the high tunnel. So I want to turn the camera on and bring you guys with me. As you saw, I was picking some tomatoes in that wild forest. You can see it's about half full, and there's more, but I'm going to have to kind of get indecent to like get on in there. So didn't want to have, all of that on the camera, but yeah, so you can see those tomatoes are wild in the back of the house. That was from when we were gone, like the first week of August. I pruned them really, really heavily. I come back, they were just growing wild because there had been a lot of rain, and I have not pruned them since. And at this point in the season, I'm not going to even use my time to try and prune them. So one thing about pruning is very good because it gives you better airflow. But when you prune, you get bigger tomatoes, less tomatoes. When you don't prune, you get more tomatoes, and they're typically smaller. These are all cherry tomatoes anyway. And so like you can see, this is not a cherry tomato. This is more like it's not a slicing tomato, but it's more like I can't call the name. Anyway, it's bigger than a cherry tomato. So that's the pros and cons, or I would say the differences between pruning and not pruning and the type of fruit that you're going to get. But it's the last week of September. It'll be October 1st this weekend. And so the tomatoes, again, I'm not going to spend extra time. I feel like I'm on borrowed time, and I'm grateful that I'm still getting tomatoes at the end of September. But it's wild, and I'm just going to let it continue to get wild until it's time to take them out. It's just not even worth it. So I'm in the back of the house getting a couple of beds ready that I started on last week. It feels good out here right now, even though the sun is beaming, so I had to kind of move spots. But it rained all overnight last night, which is good. We haven't had rain. It's probably been about a good 3 weeks since we've had rain. So it was good for the garden outside and stuff to get some rain. And it rained overnight. It was done by like 10 or 11 o'clock this morning, which is good because as a gardener, you want it to rain, but you're like, can it rain while I'm asleep so that I can still get outside and do something. So I want to turn you around and I'll show you the beds out here. And then I'm going to show you the one that I'm going to prep as well, that I started prepping that I just got to finish. You can see the lettuce I planted is starting to come up. It's been so hot, so as it gets cooler, I figure these are going to get bigger. That's salad bowl lettuce right there. And then the burgundy is the Merlot. Over there is my little parsley I popped in the corner from my little plant haul last week out of town. And then these are those romaine lettuces that I got, those 4 that I got from the plant haul. And then in the corner back there is that red giant mustard. So that's all that's in this bed. I have, as you can see, a whole nother row that I can plant. That's behind the parsley leading up to the red mustard over there. And so I'll probably plant some of those Shima Josiah greens that we started in the tunnel. I think I'll plant those out here and see how they do. This is the bed that we're getting ready next. I started already I have some of my homemade compost that's in here, but I don't have enough of from the compost bin that's out here. So I'm about to add some more compost that I got from the store to add to this bed. And I already added some more soil as well, and we'll add some fertilizer, and this bed will be ready to plant. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to put in here, still trying to decide and debate, but I want to go ahead and get it ready because I feel like I'm going to plant in it this week. So let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so we got that bed done. I'm going to go ahead and go to the high tunnel. There's another bed out here that I planted some stuff in that's not doing that great in terms of germination. So I'm going to go to the high tunnel and assess and see what I have down there that may can come down here. In this bed in front of me that I'm talking about is where I planted some direct sowed some beets and some carrots. I have reseeded the carrots. This is my 3rd time. I'm going to see if the rain helped it. I reseeded it like 2 or 3 days ago. It's just not germinating as well. And I think really it's because this is not on drip and I've watered it once a day. It needs to be watered twice a day, but it's just been hard for me to do that with my schedule. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they haven't germinated as well. It's just really spotty way it goes. It's the way it goes. And then the cucumber bed is still looking a hot mess. The cucumbers are out, but that's where the drip was. The one drip that we did have that we tried out at the end of the summer. I got to get that bed turned. But that bed that the cucumbers were in is where I'm going to put garlic, as well as I think this tomato bed. I've decided I'm going to do 2 beds of garlic. So I'm good in terms of turning that bed right now because I don't even have my garlic yet. I've ordered it, but it's not here yet. So let's go ahead and go down to the high tunnel and see what we have there and go from there. Okay, everybody, I'm in the tunnel. It took me a minute to get the camera back on because my battery on my phone was lower than I thought. So what I did was when I came down here, I went ahead and harvested. Unreal. So thankful. Let me show you what I got. First of all, do you see the size of this basket? I just have it propped up on my little compost thing. Look at all of that. This basket is about full. And this is the biggest basket I have. So you've probably seen the blue and white one. It's even smaller than this. This is huge. And it is almost to the top. I have peppers, tomatoes, purple whole peas, jalapenos. That is the gist of it. Lots and lots of bell peppers, or as my husband likes to call them, bellies. So yeah, tomatoes. So that's what I've been doing. Then I was in the kitchen getting some stuff ready to be preserved. And I should have been out here first and in my kitchen second because it's about to get dark in 45 minutes. Now with the fall comes where the sun doesn't stay up as long. So, you know, in the summer, I'm used to being out here till like 8:15-ish at night. Then it went to like 7:45. And it seemed like it went from 7:45 and now it's like 6:45. I'm like, I missed a whole hour in there somewhere. So I don't have much time. I already have the lights on in the high tunnel, but that's because I was charging my phone in here. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and plant these collard green seeds. It's been like 4 or 5 days later since the video when I said I was going to do it because the next day I had to go out of town. I didn't get it done before then. And I don't like to start seeds right before I go out of town because those that are supposed to, you know, water your stuff while you're gone don't quite do it the way you do it. You catch my drift. So I'm going to go ahead. Remember, I already had them set up, ready to go. So we're gonna get our collard green seeds and we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so I got that whole tray of collard greens. I did 2 rows of the Vates, V-A-T-E-S collards, and I did 2 rows of the Georgia Southern. I don't know why I did that many Vates. I already have some Vates. I love collard greens, but it's a new variety, so I'm hoping I'll like it, and it's not that drastically different. But when I'm trying something new, I try not to do an abundance of it until I know that I like it, but it's sown now. So I'm going to actually plant some more seeds. I just pulled out another tray. I'm going to plant some more seeds. I'm going to do some more lettuce, some more cabbage, and broccoli, I think. If I could do some carrots and beets and knew that they could transplant, I probably would do that too. Beets could pop. Yeah, I think I've read that carrots and beets don't like to be transplanted, which is why a lot of people direct sow them. But I'm just not having good germination with my carrot and beets. And I think it's just because I'm not watering enough. I think it really needs to be. I've found that it generally requires twice a day when you're starting out, especially when it's hot outside, and it's been hot here. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But nevertheless, my carrot and beet germination in the back of the house is very spotty. My carrot germination in the tunnel is great. My beets, not so much. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do some more cabbage, more lettuce. I'm going to try this new lettuce that I bought with my little plant haul, the Brentwood lettuce, and try some of that and see if I have more cabbage. So I only have a few more minutes of daylight, so let me get to it. Hey everybody. Okay, as you can see, the sun has set. I was able to get two trays planted. So yeah, I had an interruption, a good interruption, but I had a good interruption. Come, honey, get down. My husband was out of town. He just got home, and so he came to see me in the greenhouse, and so we've been sitting here chatting. So I didn't finish all the stuff that I was supposed to do, but that's okay because I'll do it tomorrow. I'm glad to have him home.
Good to be home.
All right, thank you guys for joining me today. Remember, gardening is a journey. What should they do, honey?
Let's grow together.
Let's grow together. See you next time.